Hello, fellow netizens. This is Frank Jolly back again with another upload. This time, some of my friends were asking me if I could do a topic on something called Manglish and also Singlish. The word Manglish actually it means English mixed with our local dialects, our local. We have about four languages in our country, Malaysia. We have English, Malay, which is Bahasa Malaysia, our national language. We also have Chinese dialects like Mandarin. The main Chinese language is Mandarin, but we have dialects like Cantonese and Hakka and Teochew and Hokkien or whatever. And this kind of dialects and languages have kind of crept into the English language. We were inculcated with English language by our colonial masters, that is the British. You must remember that before 1957, we were actually ruled by the British. And I'm actually kind of related to the British because I'm a Eurasian. I was born in Penang, and I grew up in Penang, and I actually was born before independence, so 1953, and of course, I, born before independence, we were kind of like mingled with the British, our colonial masters at that time. I remember like growing up in Penang, Bukit Lugo, our neighbors behind and beside, all three sides, and even the back. They're all British, and they spoke British with a British accent style. I remember the children were always playing in the garden, and we were all separated by fences. And they would throw the ball over the fence and say, "Frank, can you please pass the ball back to us?" And I will do that, and they'll throw it over again. And of course, this the second time I wouldn't do it. I said, "No, no way, you go take the ball yourself." Well, I speak local accent. I don't want to speak the accent. I didn't like the accent, but my mom was very annoyed. You know, you speak British. She inculcated the English language. Even our aunties, the style of eating, the mannerisms and all that. And she would also, "Would you like to come back for a cup of tea?" And it, but whatever it is, so we kind of like were inculcated with the British language and also mixed with the locals and picked up a bit of Manglish. And then later on, my dad who was working in telecoms, British telecoms at that time. He was transferred to Kelantan, Kota Baru, Kelantan, and that's where I picked up the local dialect, Kelantanese dialect. Kecek latte, Mac latte, and when you call a taxi, actually, beca will come, and his name would probably be $1, and then we would think that we have to pay him $1, but actually it's samo, which means 50 cents. And that's where I actually picked up the Kelantanese dialect. And when he got transferred, when my dad got transferred to Kuala Lumpur, when I went to restaurant to order food and I spoke Kelantanese like nak make dage air, and I swear is actually I swam, but the local boys thought that I wanted him to play the song I Swear. So he played I Swear, by the song by All for One. And of course, it was a bit funny. And then when we got transferred to Kuala Lumpur, I was sent to a boys' school. It was no co-ed. In Kelantan, it was more co-ed, but here it's a boys' school. So, of course, the boys always spoke bad words in Chinese, and that's where we learned our first Cantonese. All the bad words first. Mom was not too happy about that, and they would use words like It means like if you look sleepy and tired, it means you're the actual pronunciation is the actual meaning of the word is shoot aeroplane, but it has very bad connotations. It means masturbation or whatever, and they would only refer to those who are sleepy and looks tired and whatever. So uh, that was my first encounter with Chinese bad words, and of course the rest I can't repeat here because they would not allow it in YouTube. They would understand what's meaning. But I remember I used to wear long pants, but it was a bit short because when you start wearing in Form 3 and then you grow out of it, you grow from 4, from 5, your pants gets shorter because you grow taller. And then they would call you Jin Jiang Zhou. Jin Jiang Zhou is a person with tight pants and it's floating. In Bahasa Malaysia, it's called tergantung. So I'll be called Jinjiangzhou, and I always thought that the people staying in a KL place, in a KL village called Jinjiang, or wore pants that were short like that. But actually, it's not. It's just that the people from Jinjiang were kind of not very fashionable, so they would like refer to them as Jinjiangzhous. In KL, they would refer to the people staying in Jinjiang as Jinjiangzhou. So that's another colloquial what Manglish, okay, that you would refer to Jinjiangzhou. And basically it's but basically Manglish would actually be a combination of the four main languages of the country. Recently, I heard a young Indian boy. I think his father owns the Mama restaurant, Mama stall, and the boy was speaking to one of the customers. I think maybe a father's friend or whatever, and says, "Macha, you want to makan here or you want to tapao?" Talking about his food, and of course now it's COVID time. I mean, we have this social distancing thing, and of course you can't eat any. You got to tap out. So um, in that sentence, I noticed that he uses four languages. One, macha. Macha means in Tamil means brother, or yeah. And you want to makan. Makan is bahasa Malaysia. You want to eat, or you want to tapau. Tapau is Chinese. It's Cantonese for packing. But don't use tapau in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, tapau has a different meaning or different connotation. Tapau means pack you up. We kill you, pack you up, put you in the coffin, and bury you. And of course, when you use tapau in Hong Kong, they'll probably whack you and kick you and or whatever. But here, tapau means to pack the food and take it home. Okay, and uh, being chinchai, they would just yeah, okay, no problem. We just pack the food and take it home. And of course, if somebody blanjas you, blanjas meaning that if somebody is giving you a treat, that's the word used for blanja. So they treat you uh, to a lunch. So if I wanted to treat my friend to lunch, I would say, "Hey, hello, Joe. Can I blanja you makan today?" Uh, which is um, give him a treat for lunch. And then let me look at the word, some other words like boss. Boss is a word that you don't normally use for your boss, the person who is employing you and salary and paying a salary. Boss is a kind of a word you use for normally people you don't know and but you want to get the attention. So, for example, the same waiter at the Mama restaurant, if you want to get his attention and you say you want to order, say, uh, a cup of tea, you could say like, boss, can you get me a cup of tea? Or you can say in you can speak in Tamil if you want. What a glass, data ni, persa. It means get me a small glass of tea. uh, I speak a bit of Tamil too, and and calling him boss, even calling it his boss, calling the boss of the mama shop boss is also quite common because you don't know his name, so you call him boss. Like if you call him, you can call him bhai. Bhai is actually brother, but a lot of people don't know that bhai means brother. In fact, when we grew up, we normally had a lot of Punjabis who wore the turbans, and we 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 know they are called bais, but we are afraid that it had bad connotations, or rather, the bai was not a really it was not really a good word to use. It was we thought we didn't know it meant brother. We thought it meant like like for us Eurasians, my mom's people would be Portuguese. They would be called Grago because most of the Portuguese fishermen they they fished for these small prawns, which they use for a local dish called chin chow. Yeah, the prawns is called gragao. So the people who fish for the small prawns, shrimp, were called gragaos, and it is derogatory term. That's what I'm looking for. It's a derogatory term for Portuguese. It's like calling a Negro nigger. I mean, unless you are a close friend, you can call them nigger. So unless you're a close friend of mine, you can call me Grago. But if you go down to Malacca and you go down to the riverside and see them fishing and you call them Grago, there's guys who will whack you. So be careful. So I'm trying to go through some of my friend is writing words here for me to explain the meaning. So he's just giving me a word and I'm just talking out from the top of my head. Leng Chai. Eh? Leng Chai means handsome boy. I used to be a handsome boy when I was younger. Well, actually, no, I'm not. The handsome boy you would refer to, like for example, Henry Golding. Is it the guy who acted in this movie called Crazy Rich Asians? And of course, Lang Louis would be pretty lady, or probably the lady that he got married in the film. Lang Louis means pretty girl. But you don't call yourself, if a pretty girl call herself Lang Louis, most probably, more often than not, they are usually pretty ugly. I use the word pretty ugly. It is oxymoron. It's a British oxymoron, meaning it's a combination of two contradictory words, and pretty ugly means ugly. I mean, of course, there's a lot of oxymorons nowadays. Even with the COVID crisis, we have words like social distancing. Social means get together. Distancing means you separate. And of course, because of this social distancing, we have to gather in small crowds. And small crowd also has the meaning of that oxymoron connotation. Two words of contradictory meaning. Even words like happily married, they say that it is oxymoron. Whatever. Um, this guy keeps putting in words. Ghostan, ghostan, ghostan. Everybody who drives a car know what ghostan is. Ghostan is go backwards, but actually this word is got it's derived from an English nautical term. It's a marine nautical term. Sometimes the ships they go astern. They go astern because of current or the wind. Ships normally don't reverse. They don't have reverse gear. They don't have propellers. Probably it does move backwards or whatever, but then they don't really go astern unless they are moved by wind or currents or whatever. So going astern means a ship going backwards. So the word "go astern" actually has been taken by the workers who worked in the dockyard, and they go astern. They kind of truncated the word into "go stan," go backwards. Even the word like "lampu," it comes from the word "lamp." And it's the British call it lamp, and then of course when you say lamp, the end of the word normally there's a sound, lamp. So locals kind of took it as lamp, and then change it to lampu. So the word lampu is actually of a British origin, and kena the word, what is this? Kena, oh, cow, yeah, kena cow means you go back lah. I mean, I remember playing a game with this badminton players, this group of badminton players. They said we'll have a game between your team and our team, and the winner buys dinner or something like that. And then we thought that they were not good players; they were very good. And then we got whacked. I mean, 15-0, and of course. When somebody asked her, how did the game go? Hey, we got whacked cow lah. You know, they are state players. I heard they played for Selangor State, and we only played in the estate, rubber estate. So we got whacked cow lah. You know, so we got to know where the opponents came from before we play lah. Okay, otherwise you get whacked cow. Okay, that means thoroughly demolished. Um, uh, Here's this guy. Yeah. Oh, you came up with a joke, right? Oh, okay. An American guy who goes into space is called an astronaut, and a Russian astronaut, of course, is called a cosmonaut, and a Chinese astronaut. Now they have Chinese astronauts going to space. Huh? Space is called taikong. So a Chinese astronaut is called a taikonaut. And then he says, but what do you call a Malaysian astronaut? You call him a canonaut. Canonaut. Well, we do have a Malaysian astronaut who went to space. Okay, so this joke really doesn't hold much water. Canonaut. You have to say the canonaut is like Malaysian style. You know, can he pass his he's sitting for the exam? He can pass or not? Canonaut. So. You got to say it like this word, for example. Why you so like that? Why you so like that? This word, you want to get the actual pronunciation of the sentence. So there is a song that you can take out from Google. It is a group. It's actually a Singapore group. They sang a rap version of this song called. Why you so like that? Why you so like that? In the rap style. I think there were a few songs. There was one rap is a load of crap or something that it is a very interesting album that they had, Singaporeans, okay? And basically it tells you the story about the local dialect. It's very, very interesting. Check it out, okay? I'm also trying to figure out the what do you call it? At the end of sentences, you call it like the word meh, and law and all. So superlatives. You know, I mean, for example, okay, like Justin Bieber's new album. Okay, what's it? Off Your Face, Off Your Face. Okay, if you ask somebody, the new Justin Bieber's album, is it good? Good man? Is it good man? And then if he likes it, he says, yeah, it's good lah. But if you don't like it, no lah, it's not good lah. That's how you speak the local style. You know, you have the law and La, and La is, I think, from Malay. Meh is more of a question. It could meh, meh. It's more Chinese. But I don't. When I learned Mandarin, is it ma? It's more of a question mark. Mark, it's a question mark. It's ma, and uh, uh, and meh. I don't think the meh would be more of a local dialect. Okay. Okay, there seems to be a lot of customers waiting for me, so I would just try to end this series of talks, this talk with a few jokes. Okay, uh, somebody asked me to ask this riddle. Give me, he says in Malaysia, Malay, he wrote this in Malay. Bagi nama tiga buah-buahan Malaysia yang bermula dengan huruf L. What it means in English is give me the name of three Malaysian fruits which begin with the letter L. So the answer is langsat, luku langsat, lambutan, and lulian. Actually, the second two should be more with an R sound, but what they're making fun of is the Chinese inability to pronounce the R sound. So all the R's become L. And this is a typical Manglish thing again, Manglish joke. Okay, so I don't know. I think I'm going to end here, but I'll try to end with some joke that somebody wrote here. This is a guy called Abeng who received a call. He said yesterday the phone rang, and the phone rang green, and I pick up the phone and I say yellow, blue are you, and white you call. Yellow, blue are you, and white you call. And the guy on the other side of the phone says brown number. Brown actually is supposed to be a wrong number, but he pronounced it as a brown number or something. And then I replied, I know you call on purple. It means you made this call on purpose, and you don't call black. Black. Basically, it's a play on colors. So this guy, he's a substitution. He's a dialect substitution. He's substituting the words with colors. So that's basically something on the Malaysian Manglish and Singlish. And hope you like it. If you like it, I can come up with more samples of this Manglish thing. And in the meantime, if you like this program, just give me a like. Okay? Subscribe to my button. You see the word subscribe. It is a red color, in color, and you press the button, and when you press it, the red color turns to black color, I think, or whatever color. If I can't pronounce the normally. If it's L, I change it to R, but if it's R, I change to L. So, black color. Okay, this is Frank Jolly signing off, and wish you all the best. Season's greetings. New Year is coming up in a couple of days. So, seasoned greetings. There's chefs who say seasoned greetings or seasoned greetings to all of you. And bye for now.